What's going on, fans? Thanks very much for joining us here on Keys to the Game. Mike Hogan and Sean Bowen with you truly. Hoagie, some news off the top this week. Darrell Walker has 9 catches, 200-plus yards, 2 touchdowns. No doubt named top performer of the week for the CFL this week. An unbelievable game he had against the Hamilton Tiger Cats. And now let's go into that. Unfortunately, we're back to a familiar spot in which we find ourselves. Come out strong, go into halftime, and all of a sudden the second half kind of rears its ugly head again, and the team cannot come out with a win. I mean, is this kind of a matter of the team maybe squeezing the ball too tight? Is it a mental thing? Is it a defense preparing for this team? What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know what to think of this. And, you know, there's that big cliche that the team has to learn how to win. And I'm not a big proponent of that, but maybe that's the case here. There are some guys who have been on championship teams in the past. As a group, this team doesn't seem to have the confidence for whatever reason, or maybe they just play a little too conservatively. I don't know. But whatever happened, it didn't work out well against the Ticats when they had the pedal to the metal. Everything was going well. They came out, they scored their first touchdown offensively in the first quarter all season. With the touchdown to Darrell Walker on the first play, and it's like, ooh, this is going to be fun today. And then he gets another touchdown later on, and they're beating the Kitty Cats in Hamilton. Everything looks good. And then the fourth quarter happened, and the Argos had the win and got outscored 17-0. So weird stuff happens on Labor Day, and that's just another example.
I was about 5 feet from Darrell running down the sidelines. I mean, an unbelievable time pass, an unbelievable catch on the run. Absolute great stuff. And no kidding, he's deserving of that award for this week. All right, let's stick with the game in Hamilton. That first half, the defense was phenomenal.
Yes.
And let's highlight one guy here, Justin Herdman. 2 sacks, getting the monkey off his back here. First 2 sacks of his career, what did you see from him that you really liked? Excuse me, the defense as a whole as well.
Oh, sure. With Herdman Reed specifically, the one thing that I've really liked this year is he really attacks the gaps. You know, some guys will play back a little bit, Alway and Wilder maybe a little more. I don't want to say passive. That's the wrong word. But when Herdman knows he's got a gap to cancel, he goes in and hits it hard. And for run defenders, that's a key. And he's really been good, and maybe a little underestimated by fans who aren't looking for that. They're looking for the number of tackles. They're looking for the number of interceptions. Herdman Reed is really assignment sound, and he's really played his way into the favor. He wasn't out of it, but I mean, he's really helped his status with the Argonaut coaches this year just because he's been so good in terms of being disciplined with his assignments.
We were sitting here talking to him after practice, and Coach Chain was walking by and giving him the gears. I mean, you can tell he's a well-liked guy on this team. All right, let's go to the task at hand. The Ottawa Redblacks, named Jonathan Jennings the starter this week. I mean, what do we see from Jonathan Jennings that it's 2 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, 4 games played? I mean, not really a big sample size this year. How do we get him off his game, and how do the Argos get a win there?
Well, you just hope that he's rusty. And, you know, when Jonathan Jennings was on, it looked like he was going to be that next great quarterback in the Canadian Football League, and for a myriad of reasons, it just hasn't worked out. From an Argo perspective, you hope this isn't the game that the light switch goes on, right? And that he continues his struggles. Offensively, the Argos should be able to outscore the Redblacks. The Redblacks have had the same kind of struggles the Argos have had. They've been in a lot of games this year where they just couldn't close it. They couldn't get that win at the end. And, you know, I worked in Ottawa for a couple of years when the Rough Riders were around, and the Rough Riders, more than any team I've ever seen in any sport, could find a way to lose differently every week. And, you know, the Argos are hoping that maybe that trend in Ottawa can continue, because the Redblacks had a couple of really good runs, obviously, deep into the playoffs, a Grey Cup victory here at BMO Field. And, you know, they're in a little bit of a downward cycle right now, and it's up to the Argonauts to take advantage of that.
This is going to be an interesting matchup, because, I mean, if you read the papers and you read the blogs, I mean, a lot of teams are actually picking the Argos to come out with a win here against Ottawa. All right. It's a moment everyone's been waiting for. It's Mike Hogan's key to a victory. We don't know what he's going to say, but hang on to the edge of your seat here. Hoagie, what do we need to do for a win here on Saturday?
I want to see the running game pick it up.
I could not agree with you more, my friend.
If the passing game is there, if it's there, take it. McLeod Bethel Thompson has been really good, especially the last 4 games where he's up over 1,300 yards now and, 9 touchdowns, no picks in the last 4 games, something like that. And he's been dynamite. And, you know, if the passing game is there, take advantage of it. But I'd like, you know, when they were in Moncton, I love the fact that they got the running game going. I'd love to see them be able to establish that again. And one more thing, don't forget to download the Argos app. Just go to the App Store, download the Argos app. Just saying.
And you can read all your great content. You do a ton of great work on the app. I mean, hey, support Mike Hogan.
See, that's what I was waiting for.
We're wearing the same shirt, for goodness sakes here, guys. We don't have enough, so we got to get Hoagie some new shirts. That's why you got to get the app. All right, that does it for us here on Keys to the Game. Reminder, the Argos are in action this Saturday in Ottawa against the Redblacks. You're not going to want to miss it. Another must-win for the Double Blue. On behalf of Mike Hogan, I'm Sean Bowen. Thanks very much for joining us here on Keys to the Game. We will see you guys next week.